Please specify a project. Please select a mission.
2 engineers are being held in the observation post southwest of Ngumba Industrial Zone. Boss, your mission is to rescue them. The targets are civilians, 1 male, 1 female. They were dispatched to the area by an international health organization, but disappeared shortly after. Extract the 2 targets and help them escape the country.
Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa. Deploying.
Rescue the 2 prisoners being held in a guard post to the southwest of Ngumba Industrial Zone. The targets are civilians, 1 male, 1 female. Apparently they're specialists sent out there to investigate infectious diseases. They were frequent visitors to that devil's house at Zoyabadibu. If you recover them, we'll finally be able to get first-hand accounts of what's been going on in that place.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Buddy has infiltrated and the map has been updated.
Enemy squad is on its way to the guard post. Watch yourself. That That's African peach. The shape of its petals gives it the nickname the pincushion. It's used in local traditional medicine as a pain reliever and tranquilizer.
You have arrived at your destination. Extraction analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis complete. Analysis. The map has been updated. Analysis. The map has been updated.
You need to help her.
Analysis complete.
Begin cover fire.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Boss, get down. The enemy sniper. Stay low and crawl along the ground. That should enable you to sneak past enemies.
Watch out!
Delta 2, vast voor. Onder Delta 2. De CSB begrijpt. Vat defensieve posities en zoek die sniper. Uit!
Analysis complete.
De CSB begrijpt. Kom daar zo veilig mogelijk en maak weg om die vijand te bestrijden. Uit!
Target extracted. Now extract the remaining target.
Thanks. You saved me.
He's coming too.
You've come to
Roger
rescue
that.
me. I was asked to show that man around here. Dangerous work. I hated every second.
Amazing, boss. Getting both prisoners out in that situation. Great work. Now exfiltrate.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
You gotta extract him.
Analysis complete.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Amazing. Mission complete. That right there is why you're the best, boss. The one and only. Boss, we placed the two targets in quarantine. They don't show signs of anything, but we'll monitor them just the same. If they had access to the Devil's House, I doubt they were sent there by some health organization. Cypher used them, and would have eliminated them eventually. But we'll protect them here. They've agreed to that. After all, we helped them out of the country as promised. The mission's complete. But boss, they've been behind the curtains at Ngumba. They examine the patients there nearly every day. They told us the patients were being made to listen to voices on tape. But the male target added something interesting. He said he doesn't know what was on the tapes because there was no English version. Of all the voices that were shoved down those people's throats, English was one of them.
Boss, staying on the battlefield that long will have a negative impact on your health. Why not head back to Mother Base for a shower once in a while?
The boss is back. Let's go refuel and load up on artillery.
We're good to go, Chief.
What's the matter? Stop this! Now!
What the fuck, you freak?
Give me a hand! Hold her still! Dismissed.
Payback for how they treated her?
Doesn't explain the others. She had every chance to kill them. Tighten security on her cell. This happens a second time. There won't be a third.
About Eli. I'd heard that one product of the Les Enfants Terribles project went missing in Africa. The age would be about right. Now, I'm not saying I think it's Eli, but I want to run a genetic test all the same. Don't worry, I'll have it done without him noticing. The test may take some time, but I'll tell you as soon as we have the results.
Thank you, boss.
Marker removed.
Roger.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. On station at LZ. Gaining altitude.
Please select a mission.
Boss, this contract comes from the Mbeli rebel militants. That's right. That general's fighters. Recently, one of their child soldier platoons staged an insurrection and split from the main group. Thing is, they took a hostage with them. The general's brother. His number 2. The contract is to extract both that prisoner and the leader of the renegade platoon. The message reads, "I love my brother. You must bring him back to me alive." It also says this about the leader of the child soldiers. He is an excellent soldier. I want to persuade him to rejoin the ranks of the righteous. It sounds a little too forgiving for the man who ordered those kids dead at the mine. I wonder what kind of persuasion the general has in store. With that in mind, here are your objectives. First, rescue and return the general's number 2 as requested. Second, extract the renegade leader, and we'll keep him at Mother Base. In other words, extract both targets out of the region. Good luck, boss.
Mission accepted. Heading to Central Africa. Deploying.
Mission objectives are to extract the child soldier's commander and their captive, the general's number 2. This child soldier platoon decided to break away from the Mbeli militants. They took the number 2 captive and have occupied an abandoned village. Start by checking that location on your map. Boss, child soldiers will treat you as an enemy, but they're just kids. See that they don't get hurt.
Please specify a project. The map has been updated. Please specify a project.
Be careful down there, boss.
Buddy has infiltrated and the map has been updated. Development complete.
Reconnaissance is best conducted from high vantage points. I've marked a good spot on your map. Take a look at your iDroid.
The map has extraction arrived at Mother Base. The map has been updated.
Beto tapien tiaka boala. Yo salama swala. Beta mona inkila bambuta. Tata kita boma. Itanku beta songa boba intia minduki.
Ngeke zola kaprove.
Fire at will.
You have arrived at your destination. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Analysis complete.
That's the target grid. Okay, that's the General's brother, his number 2. Get him out of there, boss. That's the target prisoner. He's injured. Looks half-starved, too. There's no way he can stand the shock of a Fulton extraction.
Enemy presence.
Get him out by chopper.
The map has been updated.
General Yabakala. Kilumbu. Mosi. Tata Yabankaka. Namono. Elaka Mono. Mambu General.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated.
Bantu Yabuta. Tiyambele. Ketinkaka Mosi. Beto Nyoso. Kebampangi. Atampidina.
Enemy presence detected. The map
High ground.
has been updated.
Perfect for reconning the village.
Kekilo. Otamasa. Tulambi. Nambi kekilo. Amenga.
Guard post captured.
High ground. Looks perfect for reconning the village.
Caution, rain approaching. Support helicopter
Roger.
requested. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
This is B-Quad. Arriving shortly at LZ.
Please select a mission.
This is B-Quad. On station at LZ.
All that's left is to extract the commander.
Support helicopter has arrived. Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Nice work.
Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Marker placed. Enemy presence.
There he is, the commander. Extract him.
Support helicopter
Roger.
requested. Enemy presence detected. The map has been updated. Extraction arrived at
This is
Mother
B-Quad.
Base.
Arriving shortly at LZ. This is B-Quad. Have arrived at LZ. Will stand by.
Support helicopter has arrived.
You completed your objective. Now get out of the hot zone.
Gaining altitude.
Mission has been updated.
Departing.
Enemy presence detected. The map
You gotta extract him.
extraction arrived at Mother Base. Development project has been added.
Mission complete, boss. Boss, about how we report this one to the client. I'll tell them we took heavy resistance from the renegade platoon and the hostage was killed in the firefight. Also, their leader wouldn't let himself be taken alive. I doubt the client will pay us for this one, but we got a big enough reward from the General's number 2 instead. And as for the number 2, he's saying he wants to join Diamond Dogs. I guess he knows what that means for him. He said If I'm working for you, I can be number 2 or number 200 for all I care. The NGO that asked us to rescue wild animals isn't ready to take them in yet. So we had no choice but to build an animal conservation platform. The NGO said they'll cover all expenses, including the day-to-day housing and feeding costs. If you're interested, take a chopper over and have a look. Boss, we have an emergency. Many of our staff are falling ill. At first it seemed like a common cold, but before we knew it, blisters started popping up on their chests and... Damn it. I'll fill you in at the ACC. Just get in the chopper. Look closely. Those are the symptoms of the infection on Mother Base. The blisters on the body were full of tiny worms. Parasite larvae, most likely. But we couldn't find any adults. It doesn't seem to mature in the body, like a spargatum. We don't know the root of infection, or what causes symptoms to develop. Boss, do you remember seeing these symptoms before? The bodies floating around in the oil facility, the bedridden test subjects at the Devil's House. This epidemic looks just like what we've seen on our hunt for Cypher. So this is the weapon of mass destruction Cypher was working on in Africa. Boss, the situation is urgent. We need to quarantine the infected and contain the pathogen. Priority now is to prevent more casualties. But the problem is, how do we tell who's infected? During the incubation period, we have no way of knowing who's clean. You'll have to try and guess who's infected before they go symptomatic and quarantine them. That'd be easy if we just knew the route or vector of the infection. From now on, if you even suspect a staff member's infected, use your iDroid to order them into quarantine. Given the situation, the men won't submit to quarantine just because I or the medical team tell them to. But they will listen to you. Of course, it's just a temporary measure until we find a permanent solution. But at least they'd be in solitary isolation so they won't infect each other, and we get the mental care they need. If we do nothing, we'll only lose more people. We have no choice. Boss, open your iDroid. I'll explain how to quarantine staff members suspected of infection. Go to the Mother Base menu and select Staff Management. First, take a look at the quarantine facility we've set up. We'll isolate anyone who's already symptomatic at the quarantine facility. But we have to expect that there are multiple staff who are infected, but asymptomatic. So how do we identify them? At present, we have no way to tell them apart. But there has to be something for us to go on. If you notice anything, reassign staff you suspect are infected to the quarantine facility. We'll monitor them and then contact you if there's a change in their condition. Correctly quarantining these asymptomatic infected will reduce the number of new infections. You should continue with your missions as usual. If Cypher is behind this, going after them should help us determine the root cause of this epidemic.
Commencing.
Also, until we identify the pathogen, we can't fire or dispatch any staff. We cannot let this thing spread.
Commencing.
Boss, get to the bottom of this fast. We're counting on you. Boss, a new job's come in. It's a hit. I'm the human trafficker who sent Shabani and the others to Nzoia Badia Bulu, where you ran into Skullface. The thing is, this guy might know something about the disease that's going around Mother Base. The symptoms are similar to the ones we saw at that factory. Start by checking the mission details on your iDroid.